Hello everyone, and welcome back to This Week in Mythic Plus. Now this week we have Tyrannical, which means that boss mobs have more HP and do more damage. Teeming, which means that dungeons are going to have extra non-boss mobs as well. And Volcanic, which means that periodically volcanoes will spawn underneath players, and after a few seconds they will explode, doing large amounts of damage. Also, this is season 1 of Mythic Plus, so we do still have the Infested affix, which means that mobs will be infested by Gahoon, and when they go down, 2 spawns of Gahoon will come out and attempt to infest the closest non-boss mob. Now tanks. This week, the pulls can be as big as you can handle the DPS being done to you. Just watch out for multiple hard-hitting mobs in each of the pulls, so CC where it's necessary. But bring your AoE and cleave spec to hold the big pull aggro. This week is also a good week to just keep chain pulling and stay in combat the whole time. And you do want to stun and snare any infested mobs as soon as they spawn these spawns of Gahoon. It is also very important to dodge any volcanic that is going to be underneath your feet. And this week you're going to be using your cooldowns either on big trash pulls or on Tyrannical big boss abilities. DPS. This week bring your AoE and cleave spec since the pulls are going to be big this week. Also, you are going to want to use your DPS cooldowns on big pulls, and do not stand in any volcanic this week. It will do big damage to you, so you want to avoid it. Also, there are some pulls that are very substantial because of teaming, so help crowd control whenever you can, and make sure you stun, snare, and nuke the spawns of Gahoon as soon as possible. Also this week, since it is Tyrannical, make sure to use defensive cooldowns on big boss damaging abilities to stay alive. Healers. This week, avoid the volcanoes on the ground. That is the biggest thing to drive home. You should also be helping snare and stun any spawns of Gahoon when they do come out. And overall this week, you should be having big heals or defensive cooldowns being used on big boss damaging abilities because of Tyrannical. Also, whenever your tank runs in and does any of the bigger pulls this week, you do want to use your cooldowns early when all of the mobs are up. Overall this week, it is a 4 out of 10. The deadliest thing this week is going to be volcanoes and Tyrannical. But honestly, this week you can pull as big as you're comfortable with, so as long as your gear matches the key level, you should be fine. Also make sure that you just avoid volcanic and that you're careful with the big boss damaging abilities, stun, snare, and nuke the spawns of Gahoon, and you should be able to complete the key in time. Also important to note that teaming has been nerfed since last time it was live, so if you remember, teaming was pretty terrible the first time it went live and was a very bad affix to have. It has been nerfed and toned down very significantly, so jump in there and get your plus 10 done for the week in order to receive your maximum reward. If you like my content, like what I do, want to help support the channel, go ahead and visit my Patreon link down below. I do also stream every Wednesday and Friday here and on Twitch, so follow me on your favorite platform. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, good luck out there.